Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. How y'all doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I am on the road in Corning, California. And yes, I have my work jacket on because I have some problems. So, I don't think I'll ever use these type of airlines again. But I got a couple things. So I found a leaky wheel seal. My mom passed away, so my son Ace, hi, I love you, flew out to Wisconsin for the pass. Well, she had passed when all the grandkids were there. So anyways, we're having a memorial in December when I get back. So it's Thanksgiving, so I don't mind being on the road as part of the business. But I noticed, because at the shop, I had put on new tires, new brakes on this particular wheel. So we get over to Nebraska, and you guys should know this, and that's why I'm telling you the story. I'll show you that it's gotten worse over the, excuse my dirty truck. I gotta get it over and get it washed. I hate when people say washed when it's washed. There's no R in washed. But look at that. That's pretty nasty. That's how it's supposed to look. So anyways, I stopped in Laramie, Wyoming to get that wheel seal replaced. What they want to do is they set you up for disaster or for failure. So they had me, it was like 6 o'clock at night when my son and I, because I dropped him in Oakland, California, where he lives, and that was last Saturday. But this was like last Thursday, I believe, so about a week ago. And I have the hubs that you got to pull the red rubber cap, not like this on his right there where they're sealed. I already closed mine up, but I have the type that's got a little red plug on it that you have to fill with hub oil. And I always carry extra hub oil with me. So I go into the shop, ask them, hey, listen, can you guys do this? Yeah, we can do it, but we can't get you until probably 8 a.m. tomorrow. All right, well, if you don't know about a leaky wheel seal, you should know about a leaky wheel seal, because if you get caught at the scale, it's an immediate out of service. And it's going to cost you a lot of money to have a roadside service truck come out. So I've been running scales. Go figure. Especially in Cali with an old truck, right? But I went in and out in Oregon. I didn't stop at any scales. I didn't even get a travel permit in Oregon. Shame on me, right? So I had taken a load from Fort Wayne, Indiana to Portland, Oregon, but I had to reroute and take my son to Oakland, and then from Oakland up to Portland. So it was about 600 and some miles out of my way. But it was cheaper than a flight for the holidays. So flights were over $1,000 one way, whatever. So I spent a few $100 in fuel. Oh well. And I got a good road trip out with my son. He had never been in a semi before. So anyway, so I ran all these scales. So back to the story, Kurt. I know I kind of digress a lot. But so the shop in Laramie says, okay, we can't get you until 8. Not a big deal. But they're like, we have to have you sign a disclosure or an agreement, or like a disclosure agreement. So they give me this piece of paper, and I read it, and I sign it anyways, because I'm debating whether I wanted to do it or not. But when they do a wheel seal at all these shops now, they take a diameter reading, like a micrometer or whatever, of your axle spindle. If you don't know what an axle spindle is, look it up. So those axle spindles wear, and I've had them done at shops before. I remember when we had another trailer, or we have the same trailer, but Sapp Brothers didn't. We got 4 brand new tires on a different flatbed of ours, and they torqued down the front axle set of wheels, but not the rear on the passenger side rear. And the fucking tires literally went flying off the trailer. Anyways, Sapp Brothers ended up reimbursing us a shit ton of money, like 12, 15 grand, whatever the check was, for a bunch of work we had done at their shops. They were very apologetic, whatever the case. The assistant manager got fucking clipped because of it. They fired him because he's a real douchebag. So anyways, I'm very aware of axle spindles, because now on this trailer we have to have the axle spindle replaced. If you can avoid having your axle spindle replaced at a truck stop, definitely do that. You should contact a company called Axle Surgeons, okay? Axle Surgeons are the ones that actually do the work for the truck stops to replace your axle spindle. Again, if you don't know what an axle spindle is, go on YouTube and look. They have a really good video of a guy replacing one. You can't do it yourself unless you have the machinery or the tools. It looks pretty complicated, but anyways, it's pretty cool. They cut the old axle out, the axle spindle. They cut that out and they put a new one in, and they like weld it or something. It's pretty cool. But so my guy Jay over at Axle Surgeons charges us $1,200 to do an axle spindle. Truck stops are going to get you anywhere between $2,500 to $3,000 for an axle spindle if you get the work done in their shop. And all they're going to do is they're going to call Axle Surgeons. So they're juicing you, right? They're making more actually than the axle surgeon is, right? So it's highway robbery, it's thievery. So anyway, so I look at this disclosure. They say when you're doing a wheel seal at one of these shops, they are going to measure with the I think it's called a micrometer, like what a machinist uses, and they measure the thickness of your axle spindle, the outside diameter. And if it's off, or if it's not 0.008, or if it's off like 0.008, they were going to have, so I'm agreeing by signing this disclosure, I'm agreeing that if my axle spindle does not meet their requirements, they will not put the wheel back together. They will not put the wheel seal on. They won't touch it any longer because it doesn't meet it's not within their guidelines. You have to have the truck and trailer towed out of their shop to an Axle Surgeon location. Are you shitting me? So I said, fuck that. Well, they ended up not even calling me till like 11:30 the next day. I had already gone. We left there like 5 in the morning. So I didn't even answer. So, and obviously, I just showed you my axle or my wheel seal, and I didn't get it repaired. I've just been paying very close attention to it. You don't, you know, ever guys see those guys and gals on the side of the road and their wheels are smoking? A lot of times they have a leaky wheel seal and their bearings froze up, which froze the wheel. Basically, it welded the drum, or it welded the stuff to the axle because it got so hot, because there's all the lubricant, all the oil came out. And that's why it's immediate out of service, because obviously if you have oil and friction or oil and heat, what happens? You're going to have a fire, right? When I was going down these mountains, because I was on I-5 heading southbound, because I got this lumber load going to Riverside. But I'm heading on over to my guy Jose in Barstow. But I could see I was smoking, because I'm like 40 or 70, almost 78,000 pounds truck, trailer, and load. So even though I'm downshifted and I got my Jake on, I still got to hit my brakes, and I'm noticing in my mirror I'm smoking on just that one tire. So anyways, so I've been babying it, well, not really babying it, but checking it, because the oil's coming out pretty good. So I stop every couple 100 miles and I top it off. My bearings may or may not be good on that wheel now, but so if you don't pay attention, like I didn't know any of this when I first got into trucking, nothing. So I'm sharing this info with you guys, especially as a new driver. If you see something wet on the backside, and you should see this in your pre-trip, obviously that's how I saw it, because I thumped my tires and checked my load 99% of the time. There has been an occasion I have not, I'm not going to lie to you, but 99% of the time I thump my tires. And I look for, I haven't talked to this dude in years, and he texted me Happy Thanksgiving this morning. I responded, and now the dude's fucking called me like 3 times, Clint. Anyways, dude, knock it off. If somebody's phone goes to voicemail and you call right back, that's ignorant to me. Now I won't talk to the dude at all. So anyways, I woke up at like 15 Happy Thanksgiving, so I got a lot of friends and cool family, so I'm very blessed. But anyways, so if you're doing your pre-trip and you see that oil on the inside of your tire, and sometimes it might be on the outside, but if it's outside, so I can't do mine because mine's got the wheel covers on them. But I'll tell you something. So I don't want to pop that off again. So if you see that and there's nothing on there, then you're good. But say for instance you're on the outside right here and you see the oil on the outside of your rim, that hub with those bolts right there, I don't want to get close to dude shit, but there's a gasket between the hub and the filler area, or the oil hub or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I don't pretend to be one. I really don't know the proper names. But if you see oil on the outside of that hub, that means that your gasket 99 or 9 out of 10 times, so would that be 90% of the time? 9 out of 10? I do all right math. Your gasket is bad, and that's an easy fix. I've actually changed those at a truck stop already. So, but the wheel seal's a different story. So what I've been doing is I've been checking it every couple 100 miles, and I've been blowing scales because I don't want to get popped with an out of service. Because if you get an out of service, that's a flag against your authority. So I couldn't make my my delivery yesterday in Riverside, so I got to sit underneath this load until next Monday for the whole Thanksgiving weekend, which, all right. So I'm going to get my truck. I'm in Corning, California. If you have an EFS fuel card, stop at the TA or the Petro in Corning. It's like $4.90 something a gallon, or actually today it's $4.60 something a gallon in Cali. Go figure. But the normal price is at the Loves across the street, $6.39. If you have an EFS card, you get some savings on there. If you like, we have OTR as our factor company. I love OTR. We used to be a Triumph, but now we're with OTR. If you don't have a factor company, you should get one. And if you do get one, go with OTR. So, anyways, so here at the Petro and the TA in Corning, you get a way better fuel discount if you have an EFS fuel card. So now that's my first thing. So I couldn't make my delivery in Riverside, so I'm taking my time. My goal was, when I delivered in Portland, to get a load to California. It was either going home or so I could do this myself at my shop, because I have replaced my own wheel seals before. I was looking for a load home so I could get my shit done for my cost, obviously free plus parts. Although my time's worth something too, right? But also to be home for the holiday. But the second option was, well, if I don't get something from Portland home, then I got to look for something to Cali near Barstow so I can get my truck over to my guy Jake, because I need an oil change and I got to get the wheel seal done. So that's that, right? So now I pulled in here Tuesday night, about 11 o'clock Cali time, and I was gonna, because I'm unplugged, obviously. Well, actually, I'm not unplugged. I actually am plugged in, but my computer's not communicating to my ELD. I tried to connect to the truck, everything. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I've just been in manual right now. So I was just gonna boogie out super early because I was trying to make an 11 o'clock appointment for Wednesday. But doing a lumber load, it's not like it's gold bars on my trailer, so who fucking cares, right? And the factor company was closed today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to factor my load anyway. So really, who cares? And there was shit going out of Cali anyways, nothing because of the weekend, or maybe it's just because of the shitty ass economy, right? So I stay in Corning yesterday, take a shower, take a shower, have some breakfast, and I was like, you know what, it's committing suicide to try to leave in Cali on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving holiday. Everyone's going to be on the road, so I figured I'll go ahead and leave out today at my leisure. I don't want to sit in Barstow for 4 fucking days straight, right? So I'm thumping my tires, and I hear air pissing out of my airline, and I have a split line there and down there. And these hoses, I have had nothing but problems with these hoses. Ever since I've had these, there are compression fittings in the handle there. I've had nothing but problems with, I wouldn't say nothing but problems, but a lot of people don't carry the compression sleeves for those because it's a bigger hose. And now the line split. I'm like, I've had these on here for probably 5-6 years. Maybe they're dry rotted, maybe. So the reason why I'm telling you that is I carry pretty much extra everything in my truck. Teflon, blah, blah, blah. So I had these up in my box up there because I like to be prepared. And also, the TA shop here is closed today because of Thanksgiving. But the fuel and the fuel desk and the building and the main building are open, but they had these in here. They were 15 footers. I don't know how long these are. Maybe 10-ish, maybe 12-ish long with the coil uncoiled. And I had these in the truck that I always have kept them in case something like this happens. Or in case another driver needs an extra set of hoses, you can sell them to them or whatever. But they wanted $50 a piece without tax. So $50 plus tax for just one of these. And I'm like, holy shit. So this is why I carry them in my truck. So now I got to pull this fairing, get up underneath here, undo my lines, just pull the lines. I'm going to put those up in the box for spare. I don't know how I will. When I get back to my shop, I will repair them. Or not, we'll see. But anyways, this is the Thanksgiving fun. This is fun Thanksgiving, guys. Fun Thanksgiving. So anyways, and then I got to stop over at the Beacon and get my shit washed. So but anyways, I figured I would do a quick, well, it wasn't a quick video. I figured video to say happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you and yours are safe. And if you don't know how to do airlines on your truck, you should find out how to do your airline. And again, when I first got in the trucking years ago, a lot of people think I've been doing this for, you know, decades and decades. I got my CDL in 09. Yeah, 09. So I haven't been doing it super long, but I knew absolutely dog shit. I knew absolutely dog shit about trucks, trailers. I never even used to change my oil on my own pickup truck. That's how lame I was. But now I've self-taught myself a lot of stuff by YouTube. But if you don't know about airlines, if you don't know about an axle spindle, if you don't know about wheel seals, you can give me a call, 414-477-7845. My real name is Kurt Sabilla. That is my cell number, 414-477-7845. I love to help people out. I can give you ideas, whatever the case is. And I may not know it all, but at least you can maybe get an answer from me. Or if you just want to call me up and say, you know what, Kurt, you're the reason why women have abortions. I'm okay with that too. So anyways, have a great Thanksgiving. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.